Hey everyone, so a lot of people hit me up asking me for the secret, the golden ticket to making serious cash. And I tell them the truth, the raw, unfiltered truth. But guess what? Most of them, they just don't believe me. They want some fancy trick, some magic formula, but it is way simpler and way harder than they think. It is about those small, almost invisible choices. Every single day, the ones that bleed your wallet dry without you even noticing. So in this video, I'm not just going to give you some tips. I'm going to share 30, no B's, practical ways to stop the bleeding, to plug those financial leaks, and start building some serious wealth this year. These aren't your grandpa's boring financial tips. No way. This is straight from the trenches, from someone who has been there, done that, and made a few mistakes along the way. So let's dive right in, shall we? First up, the 24 horror rule, and trust me, this one's a game changer. Anytime you're eyeing something that costs more than $100, just sleep on it. Seriously, put that thought on ice for 24 whole hours. This ain't about denying yourself. It is about protecting yourself from those impulse buys that hit you with buyer's remorse faster than a bad taco. How many times have you clicked add to cart only to regret it 5 minutes after the package arrives? Too many, right? This rule, it has saved me a fortune over the years. If, after a full day, you still want it, really want it, then go for it. But I'm telling you, most of the time, that urge, it just vanishes. Poof, gone, next. And this is a big one. Plan every single meal for the entire week. Look, when you're hungry, your brain, it turns into a primal beast. It craves instant gratification, those shiny, expensive delivery apps. But if you've got a plan, a solid meal prep strategy, you eliminate decision fatigue, you eliminate those impulse Uber Eats orders, plan your dinners, your lunches, even your breakfasts. You'll save an insane amount of money, not just from avoiding takeout, but from smarter, fewer trips to the grocery store. No more wandering the aisles, grabbing everything that looks good because your stomach is growling. Tip number 3. And some of you might raise an eyebrow at this one, wear the same clothes every day. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying wear the same sweaty t-shirt, EW. What I mean is simplify your style. If you've watched my videos for more than like a week, you'll notice black shirt, black pants. It is my uniform, my superpower. I'm like a cartoon character, always rocking the same look. And honestly, who cares? Most people are too busy worrying about their own outfits to even notice what you're wearing. This saves a ridiculous amount of money. You don't need 200 different shirts. You need a few solid, versatile pieces. Think about it. Every unnecessary piece of clothing is $1 not working for you. And while we're talking about looking sharp or not so sharp, let's talk haircuts. I used to blow like $40 a month on haircuts. That is almost $500 a year. Gone. Just like that. Then the pandemic hit, and I had an epiphany. I can cut my own hair, and guess what? I've been doing it ever since. Saved $500 a year just by learning a basic skill. Sometimes, I'll even rope in a friend if I need a tricky trim. Especially for guys, if you have a simple cut 15 minutes in front of the mirror. Done, that is $500 back in your pocket. Money that can actually make you more money. Now, this next one is pure gold, auto-withdraw money into your investment accounts. Seriously, set it and forget it. Whether it is weekly, bi-weekly, or every time your paycheck lands, have that money automatically siphoned off into your investment accounts. Before you even see it, before you even have a chance to spend it. Tools like Moomoo, they make it ridiculously easy. No thinking, no willpower required, just consistent, automatic wealth building. Because if you wait until you feel like investing, you'll never do it. Alright, let's talk food again. Specifically organic food. Health is super important. I get it. I eat organic too, for certain things. But not all organic foods are created equal. My rule of thumb, if it has a thick peel or skin that I'm not going to eat, like avocados, bananas, coconuts, then I usually skip the organic version. You're not eating the part that might have pesticides, so why pay the premium? But for things like apples, where you eat the skin. Yeah, go organic, do your research. There are charts out there that break this down. It is about being smart, not just blindly following labels. Here is a tip that nobody, and I mean nobody, uses: get a library card. Seriously, it is like a secret weapon for saving cash for years. I've been shouting about this from the rooftops. Libraries aren't just for dusty old books anymore. They have movies, music, computers, internet access, study guides, even crazy rentals. I've seen libraries that let you rent cameras, electronics, and it is all, wait for it, free. Go to your local library, ask them what they've got. You'll be shocked. It is an untapped goldmine of resources, and you're missing out if you're not using it. Another crucial rule: never ever shop when you're hungry. This is my golden rule, my unbreakable law of grocery shopping, because when I hit the aisles on an empty stomach, everything, and I mean everything, looks delicious. Those Hot Pockets, those sugary cereals, suddenly they're irresistible, and before you know it, your cart is overflowing and your bill is twice as high. Eat a healthy meal before you step foot in that grocery store. You'll make smarter choices, and you'll save a ton of money. Trust me on this one. Let's talk laundry detergent, specifically powdered versus pods. This is a classic example of marketing wizardry. Detergent used to be all powder, then came the liquid, more profit. Now we have pods, even more profit for them. But if you look at the actual value, the powdered version is almost always the most cost effective. It is the same stuff, just in a less fancy package. Skip the pods. Save your money. The same goes for soap. Bar soap is almost always a better deal than liquid hand soap. You're getting more bang for your buck, less plastic, and just as clean. Next up, eat less meat. And before you come at me, I'm not saying go full vegan, but statistically, meat is more expensive than plant-based proteins. If you can cut down, even a little bit, maybe have meat only once or twice a week instead of every single night, you'll see a massive reduction in your food bill. You don't have to become a vegetarian, just be mindful of your consumption, your wallet, and probably your health. Well, thank you. This one's a silent killer of financial freedom. Subscriptions, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney Plus, Spotify. The list goes on. Most families have a dozen subscriptions they barely use. I've been guilty of it too. I cut Netflix and Spotify because I just wasn't using them enough. Go through your credit card statements, audit your subscriptions. What are you actually using? What are you getting value from? And what is just bleeding you dry? Slash those unnecessary expenses. Or better yet, jump on a family plan with friends or family. For things like Apple Music, be ruthless with this. Every dollar you save here is a dollar you can invest. Another big one, learn to fix your car yourself. Vehicles are money pits. Let's be real. Oil changes, fluid changes, tire rotations. You can do a lot of this yourself. It is not rocket science. I've been doing it my entire life. It saves a significant amount of money. And honestly, by the time I drive to the mechanic, wait, and drive back, I could have changed the oil myself in 15 minutes. Learn about your car. It is not a magical box. Understand its functions, and you'll save thousands over its lifetime. Your phone bill. Cut that thing down. Seriously, if you're paying $60, $80, even $100 a month for your cell phone, you're getting scammed, plain and simple. There are so many affordable options out there, like Mint Mobile 15, 2020, $5 a month. Tops. I don't think anyone should be paying more than $35 or $40 a month for their phone bill in this day and age. Shop around. There is no loyalty bonus for overpaying. This next one is a trap that so many people fall into. Stop spending money just because something is on sale. Oh, it is 30% off. I have to buy it. Nope, you don't. You just spent $200 that you wouldn't have otherwise. You didn't save money. You spent it. Businesses have sales for a reason, to get you to spend more, unless you are already planning on buying that item. Don't let a sale trick you into parting with your hard-earned cash. Store brand versus name brand. This one's a no-brainer for most things, for most food products, and even many household items. The store brand is just as good, if not better, than the name brand. Often, they're even made in the same factory, except for Pop-Tarts and Oreos. I'll give you that. Name brand wins, but for most everything else, save yourself a bundle. Walmart brand cereal, same taste, fraction of the price. It is about being smart with your groceries, not falling for marketing hype. Okay, this next one is going to trigger some people. I know it, but consider quitting caffeine, or at least cutting down significantly. I know. Your morning coffee is sacred, but caffeine, especially when you're buying it out every day, adds up big time. I used to be hooked, had to have my coffee every morning, and if I was traveling, I'd drop $5-6 on a cup without thinking. That is a dependence, and it is an expensive one. If you're on a tight budget, cutting out that daily coffee run or brewing it at home will save you a ridiculous amount of money over a year. Here's a fun one. Start a garden in your backyard. My brother did this last summer, not even a huge garden, and he is still eating tomatoes from it in January. He froze them. He canned them. He saved hundreds of dollars on groceries. You don't need a massive farm. Even a small plot can yield significant savings. Plus, fresh produce. Nothing beats it. It is an investment in your health and your wallet. This is probably one of the most fundamental things you can do for your finances. Track your expenses and your income religiously, whether it is with an app like Mint or a simple Excel spreadsheet. You need to know where every single dollar is going. Are you net positive or net negative every month? More money coming in or more money flowing out? This gives you clarity, it gives you control. You can't fix a problem if you don't know what the problem is. Gym memberships. Oh boy, this is a big one. How many of you have a gym membership that you barely use? If you're there every day, working out, getting healthy, great, keep it. Health is priceless, but if you're paying $50 or $100 a month and you've only been twice this month, run the numbers. That is $25 or $50 per visit. You're probably better off canceling it and working out at a local park. Or at home, gym memberships can be a huge money sink if you're not utilizing them. Food delivery apps? Delete them. Right now, if you're serious about saving money, these apps are your enemy. I'm a culprit. I've downloaded Uber Eats too many times. It is too easy, a few taps, and hot food appears at your door. But you're not just paying for the food, you're paying delivery fees. Service fees, tips, taxes, that $10 burger quickly becomes $25. Go back to meal planning, cook at home. Those apps are designed to make it easy to spend, not to save. Alcohol, similar to caffeine, it is a huge money drain. Again, I'm not saying you have to become sober, but cutting down, even a little bit, will save you a ton of cash. A night out at the bar, a few drinks, easily $100–200. I don't drink very often, and when I do, it is usually one or two, not for the money saving. But it is a huge side benefit. Think about it, that $200 could be invested, making you more money if you're going to drink. Pre-game with friends, then maybe have one at the bar. Be smart about it, your wallet will thank you. Ditch the dryer. Seriously, dryers are energy hogs. They consume a ridiculous amount of electricity, especially the heating element. If it is sunny outside, get a clothesline, it is $1 at the dollar store. Tie it between two trees. Not only will you save money on your electric bill, maybe $50 a year, but you're also being kinder to the environment. It is a small change, but it adds up, and it is good for the planet. Next up, and this one makes my blood boil, bottled water. It is a scam, a total hoax. People spend thousands of dollars a year on bottled water. It is plastic, it is bad for the environment, and it is a rip-off unless you live in a place like Flint, Michigan with terrible tap water. Get a Brita filter or a heavy-duty filter for your faucet. I paid $50 for a good filter years ago, and I haven't bought a single bottle of water since. Get a reusable water bottle, fill it up, save money. Save the planet, win-win, thrift stores and Goodwill. These are your friends. When I buy clothes, which isn't often, it is usually from a thrift shop. This shirt, probably a few dollars from a shop in Colorado. Why buy new when you can repurpose perfectly good clothes? It saves a lot of money, and it is good for the environment. Plus, you can find some unique, cool stuff. Stop supporting fast fashion and start embracing sustainable, affordable options. This one's controversial, but I gotta say, it cut your financial advisor. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so take this with a grain of salt. But so many people are paying 1% of their portfolio to an advisor, just to put their money into index funds, something you could easily do yourself with a few investing books. In my experience, most financial advisors don't consistently beat the market. You're paying them a hefty fee for something you can do for free. If you're paying 1% or even 0.5%, do it yourself, educate yourself, empower yourself, and keep that money in your pocket. Borrow instead of buy. This is a simple but powerful concept. Need a hedge trimmer for those bushes? You could spend $150 at Lowe's. Or you could ask your neighbor, a friend, a family member. Most people are happy to lend things out. It saves you money, and it builds community. Don't buy every single thing you need. Leverage your network. Utilize your retirement plans. Seriously, things like a traditional IRA can lower your tax bill today. You might have a bigger tax bill later, but in the short term, it saves you money. It is a tax-advantaged way to save for your future, and it is a smart financial move. Here is one of the most important things I'm going to say in this entire video, and it is a major way to save money. Just say no, become a no person. You don't have to say yes to every dinner invitation, every vacation, every social event. Sometimes, you just got to look at your budget and say, you know what? I need to save some money this month. It is okay to say no. It is okay to prioritize your financial goals. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. It is empowering, and it'll save you a fortune. 3 more left on this list. Stop using vitamins. At least most of them. Now, I'm not a doctor, so talk to your doctor. But if you're eating a balanced diet, most multivitamins are unnecessary. Your body is pretty good at regulating itself. I stopped buying them, and I haven't noticed any difference. It is another expense that often doesn't provide real value. Get smarter with your energy usage. Growing up, we didn't have AC in the summer or super warm heating in the winter. My parents wanted to save money. And you know what? You acclimate. 60 degrees in the house was fine. You don't need your house to be 72 degrees at all times. If you're on a tight budget, cutting back on your energy consumption, even a few degrees, can make a noticeable difference in your utility bills. And the final tip, and this one's a big one, consider ditching your car now. I know, not practical for everyone, but in the US, housing, transportation, and food are the 3 biggest expenses. Transportation alone costs over $8,000 a year for most people. It is not just your car payment, it is gas, insurance, maintenance, depreciation. If you live in a city and don't use your car often, selling, it could save you an insane amount of money if you can swap your car for a bike or rely on public transport. That is a game changer for your budget. It is a radical move, but for those truly committed to saving, it is huge. So there you have it. 30 ways to stop bleeding money and start building some serious wealth this year. I hope some of these tips hit home. I hope you can implement a few of them. Remember, it is not about being deprived. It is about being smart. It is about making conscious choices that align with your financial goals. Every unnecessary consumption is you firing an employee who could be working for your future. Stay boring. Stay patient. Peace.